Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thanks so much for dropping by. Truly, thank you. To share this information that I'm going to share is truly one of the deepest joys of my life because this information saved my life. I was literally dying. I had multiple severe medical illnesses. It was 30, was I 38? I think I was 38 years young, and I wondered if I would make it to 39 or 40. 40 at the latest. My health was just plummeting. And I found some of these ideas that I'm going to share today in a very simple, you could call it spiritual practice. I think it's more just a natural practice of absorbing life energy. And through this, I got my health back, all those conditions healed. And here I am 8 years later, alive and well. So I'm very grateful to be sharing this information with you because I'm still alive. And I know many other people, or I should say, I've read many other medically documented reports of people whose life was literally saved by what I'm going to share today. And the beautiful thing is, there's no money involved, there's no group to join. It's just about what's natural. We as the human race have moved so far away from a natural, sacred way of life. What I'm going to share today are some of the principles that not only you can use to heal yourself, but how to live a life that's in alignment with life. You don't have to look too far to see that human beings aren't living in alignment with life. They're not, as a whole, much less us as individuals, we're not living well. And we're not living in alignment with existence itself, with life itself. And so I'm going to share today how to come back into alignment with life, with the sacred. So one of the main principles, and one of the thing that saved my life is a very simple practice, which I'm now going to lead you through, which is about how to absorb healing life energy. Said more accurately, to absorb life energy that can actually heal. It's very easy to do. Please sit with your legs uncrossed, feet flat on the floor, hands on your legs, palms facing upwards, back in a relaxed upright position, if possible, not leaning against your chair, and then close your eyes. Now, really mentally separate yourself from all your problems, anything that's gone on in the day, anything we're stressed about in the future, even any illnesses. Really put those aside. And now open yourself, both mentally and also open your heart and your being to receive natural life energy that's all around us. And then observe your body, having the intention to take that energy in. So we'll sit in silence for a few minutes, observing our bodies, intending to take this energy in. And I'll come in every now and then with a gentle reminder to do that. Noticing what you feel. Having the will to receive, receive life energy. Taking in the good, taking in the good life energy. Just keep coming back to observing the body. So I'm going to talk and read a little, and I invite people to just continue this practice, observing their body, taking this energy in. So this may seem like a odd thing to do, taking in life energy. Yet what I've come to understand is it's the most natural, normal thing to do in the world. In fact, we're designed to do it all day long. All day long, to be taking in this life force, this energy, just the way, in the same way that we take in air all day long. That's what's natural. To be connected, to be in communion with life, with the divine, all day long. If you look through history, you can see that people have been slowly moving away from that. And then maybe in the last couple hundred years, that's accelerated. And then in the last, I don't know, 30 or 40 years, it's very much accelerated. This pulling away from nature, pulling away from the divine, pulling away from a sense of connection and communion with life. Yet we as human beings, our fundamental drive and desire is connection. And without this sense of connection to the divine, which some people call God, I'm comfortable with that word, but has so many different meanings to so many different people. I often hesitate to use it. Connection to that source of life. So let me back up a moment. So connection is our fundamental drive as human beings. From the moment a a baby starts its life in the womb, in connection with the mother, and the moment once it's born, it starts seeking connection in so many ways. You notice newborns love to make eye contact. They'll just hold it and hold it and hold it. It's one of the most profound forms of connection there is with another human being. And then over time, uh, you know, we as individuals and again as a race, we moved away from healthy forms of connection with the divine, with nature, and with each other. And so, what do we have in its place? We have addiction, and we have Facebook, and texting, and um, compulsive behaviors because our fundamental drive and desire is not being met. The need to be in connection. And when I say connection, I'm talking about connection to life itself, not just connection relationship with others, though that's a natural, healthy part of life, have harmonious relations, but to literally be connected to God, God in a very universal sense of the word. There's a verse from the Bible that says, Him in whom we live and move and have our being. As if God is literally like an ocean of energy, of being, of love that's all around us and actually within us. And we just have a fundamental human need to be connected to that. We have a fundamental human need to be connected. And when we don't have that connection with the divine, and we don't have that connection with nature, then human beings seek it out in unhealthy and compulsive ways. So let's spend a little time reflecting on all this, taking in this divine energy, and hopefully experiencing a little bit of that connection. And please don't believe anything I say. Reflect on it deeply. Ask the deepest part of yourself, not your mind. Please temporarily put aside what you think you know. You can have it back later, but please ask the deepest part of you, your heart, your soul, your conscience. Is what I'm saying true? Let's spend a little time observing the body. Hopefully, you've been doing that while I've been talking. Let's continue taking in this life force. Noticing what you feel. Noticing what you feel, absorbing this life energy, and having the will to be connected to life, to the divine, to the all pervasive life force, being, existence that's all around us, that sages call the supreme reality or God. Having the intention to receive. So, this practice we're doing right now, taking in this energy, is also, the easiest way to do it is to just look at nature I'm looking out my window as I speak right now, with an open mind and an open heart, and just receive. Nature just naturally absorbs this energy and just passes it along. That's why people feel so good in nature. They don't know it, but they're literally being showered with sacred life energy. So, our only hope as a race is to draw close to nature and draw close again to God. And of course, how do we do that? We have to start with ourselves. We have to spend time every day taking this energy in, every day communing with nature. It seems like a chore or a task or something to put on your to do list, but it's as natural and as fundamental as breathing and eating. It's just, we have such an art of the human race. Not all, there are still people in the world who live close to nature. And for most people, they've just moved so far away into such an artificial life. And of course, I'm one of such people. I live in a house and I buy my food from a grocery store, and I'm surrounded by artificial things. So we're all sort of in a, mm, you could say, recovery process, a return, a returning back to nature, back to the sacred. It's like we've just been I was completely blinded to how important it is to be connected to God. And again, by God, I mean this loving, all pervasive energy, being, and how essential it is to be connected to nature. I had some money, I had a house, I had a computer, I had some friends. I thought I had it all, but I was missing the most important thing, one of the most important things, nature and God. And the beautiful thing is, we don't have to go to a monastery or a church to connect to God. If that's supportive, it's a great place to visit from time to time. But God is truly everywhere, the divine energy, life force, life itself. We're swimming in it. We just have to tune into it. Once again, please don't take my word for any of this. Find out for yourself. If what I'm saying is true, I, of course, am convinced it is. That's why I do this. And if what I'm saying is true, what I'm talking about is the fundamental of a good life. And everyone wants a good life. Can you imagine a human being that wanted to have a happy, healthy life, but not breathe? Well, if what I'm saying is true, in order to have a happy, healthy life, you need nature and you need God. But don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. I consider what I am saying right now is the fundamental rules of the game of life. And winning at this game means having a good life. So please find out for yourself if what I'm saying is true or not. Let's spend a little more time taking this energy in. Noticing what you feel. So these aren't just some theoretical ideas I'm sharing. They actually have actual impact on life, on matter. So this energy that we're taking in right now, I and countless number of people, like to say 100,000 would be a conservative estimate, have experienced actual healings through taking this energy in. One such healing, I've experienced many healings, and which one to share right now? Yeah, the one that comes to me is so this may sound very strange, and it sounded very strange to me, and it's just absolutely true. Find out for yourself if it's true or not. I had a pinched nerve in my back to where I couldn't hold up a book. I couldn't do prayer pose, and I literally could not go like this. That would activate the pinched nerve in my back, and I couldn't even do it for a couple of seconds. I could hold a book in one hand, but as soon as I went like this, it would pinch and hurt. So I got this DVD of a healer who was said to be able to transmit this energy, and people said that the DVD itself even had the energy. And I said, "This is ridiculous. How can a DVD contain energy?" But what I did is I just laid on my bed, put it in between my hands, and just laid there like this. And it felt really good. Whenever I did it, I would feel this warm, tingly flow throughout my whole body. And and then I did that for maybe a month. Every day I would just lay on my bed and hold it like that. I don't know why. I was just drawn to do it. And I do know why. After I did it the first time, it felt really good. I still do it sometimes. Um, and then about a month later, I went and picked up a book and I could hold it. And I did the prayer pose, and I could hold it. Like before, I couldn't even do this for a second. It would just light the nerve up, completely healed. This energy rearranges matter. This energy is actually the reality that the material world is actually literally, you could think of, like a vast ocean of energy, and the material world rests on that ocean and is supported by and actually governed, ruled by this energy. And that was just one of many healings I've experienced. So I'd like to thank everyone who joined in. Forever Loving Everything wrote, "Thank you so much for these gatherings. You are welcome. Thank you for coming. To offer these gatherings is such a gift. And each person who comes, it's such a gift to me. And you're very welcome, and thank you." So we're going to do a final tuning in together and taking this energy in. So just to review, we looked at the idea that there is an energy that's all around us that is actually natural for us to take in. And we looked at the idea that human beings are wired for connection, not just on a physical level, but on a soul level. And if they don't have that sense of connection, they seek things out in unhealthy ways. And that the most natural form of connection is with God, with this all-pervasive reality that's inside of us and inside of everything, and with nature. And that as human beings have moved further and further away from God and nature, things have gotten worse and worse on this planet, and will continue until human beings go back to nature, back to God. I've asked you not to believe anything I say, but to find out for yourself. And I put forth the premise that this connection to God and nature is the fundamental principle to a healthy, good life, and that nothing else will really work. There's lots of short-term solutions for us as individuals and for us as a human race. But please don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. Because if what I'm saying is true, it's in essence the most important message or information on this planet. Because I believe what I'm saying is speaking to the fundamental solution to all of our problems. And please don't believe me. Find out for yourself if what I'm saying is true or not. So, continuing to take in this life force. Now, let's ask, first of all, for ourselves, for complete healing. Let's give away all of our burdens, all illnesses, handing them over to this reality, to this great reality, and then asking for ourselves for complete healing, for the divine connection, for the desire to be connected to this sacred reality. Let's ask for those we care about, those who are in our hearts. Let's ask for any life situations we're facing. For example, I'm working on my taxes right now. Asking that everything goes smoothly and to bless that process, whatever each one of us is working on right now. Let's ask for the earth as a whole and every living thing on it. And let's take on faith that every problem will be solved, that there is a divine solution to every burden, every challenge. If you'd like more information about anything I talked about, this is all based on the work of this man, Bruno Grüning. You can see my website below. I'd like to thank everyone for joining in, and I wish you a beautiful day full of communion and connection with life itself. Take care. So much love.